Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to react to the Colleen Ballinger subreddit page. I've done a few of these Reddit reactions on my channel before, and I figured this one would be perfect considering that recently I've been talking about the Ballinger family, and one of you guys suggested that I look at the Reddit, so I figured we could look at it together. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so this Reddit community has over 5,000 members, and there are a ton of things. I was just kind of skimming through, and just what I looked at in the first minute, there's a lot of stuff here that really makes a lot of sense. And the funny thing is they also talk about her fans and stans constantly excusing her exploitation of her children and other problematic things that she has said in the past. So if you are a Colleen Ballinger stan, this video definitely isn't for you. Y'all might as well just give up on me now, because nothing that I say, whether it's kind of bad or really bad, y'all are going to defend it anyway. So you're more than welcome to leave a comment, but as far as like actually putting energy into what I'm explaining in this video, I don't really know if it's a good way to spend your time. Just my, side comment about this. I do think that certain YouTubers have really strong stands and some don't. The things that some people will excuse just because a certain YouTuber is their favorite is jaw-dropping to me. It's really crazy because there are a handful of creators that I really like, but if they're doing bad shit, I'm going to admit that they're doing bad shit, and I'm gonna, think about it. Like, do I still want to support this person? Like, so to constantly excuse endless toxic and vile stuff is just something that I have only experienced with a couple of other creators that I've talked about. So it is really interesting. But before I babble forever, let's get into it. I'm just going to go from the top down, and obviously if you guys like this video, then I'm more than happy to do a part 2 or a part 3. They seem to upload a lot onto this page, so I'm sure that there's constant updates. So we'll see how this one goes, and then of course I will be happy to make additional parts, but let's get into it. The first post says, "There's nothing quirky or cute about being unhygienic." Colleen acts like she thinks her disgusting stories about her bowel movements are going to be so funny and relatable. No, Colleen, nobody else routinely clogs toilets and leaves it for other people to deal with. Nobody is above cleaning up after themselves. You should be embarrassed of yourself. She's been doing this forever, and I've talked about it. Before she had kids, it was her talking about her bowel movements and burping and picking her nose. It's really gross. And then the thing that I picked up on very early on was that she would constantly talk about doing dirty stuff and how she didn't like to wash her hands. And then she would come on with pink eye. And I'm just like, you realize that people that you don't even have to be in the medical field to know that washing your hands is a way to avoid getting pink eye. It's disgusting. It's so gross. And it's almost like she would make it a joke, and it's just gross. It's not funny. So, okay, so here's a clip from a recent vlog, and it says, "He rolled over. The way she makes it seem like the people in her comments are her friends gives me the ick. Half you guys are my friends. You know who you are, the ones that I adore and love, and the ones that love me back." She's definitely one of those who categorizes anyone who is not kissing her ass as haters and hate comments, which is just, it's so old by now. It's dumb.
you want me to see to help me, and I love you for that. So I'm sure that the information I need will become the most liked on this topic. But please be kind. I know I sound stupid, I feel stupid, and I feel like it's such a dumb question. Like, I don't even want to ask my mom friends like who do use formula, because I'm afraid they'd be like, are you an idiot? Obviously you just use this kind of water. Like, I'm afraid everyone will just make fun of me. So I'm asking you guys. Not that you guys aren't my friends, but just like, I feel like you guys don't judge me as much. Well, I mean, people certainly judge me who watch my videos. Like, a lot. But I feel like the, like, you know who you are, the ones that like I adore and love, and you guys love me back. I don't know, you know who you are, the ones that...
Just a newsflash for anyone who needs a reminder. No YouTuber loves their subscribers, because YouTubers don't know their subscribers on that personal level. Now, if you just want to throw the word love around and use it as a manipulation tool, then that's one thing. But as far as seeing, normal faces, because like I get, you guys know who you are, and it's the same thing, like comments on consistent videos, and some of you guys I talk to on Instagram and stuff, and I adore you guys, but I don't love anyone because I have never met any of my subscribers in real life. I don't have that bond with them, and in order for me to actually love someone, there has to be a really strong bond. And maybe that's just me, but I hear this so often with YouTubers, and it's most of the time it's used as a manipulation tactic. It's used to drum up engagement. It's used to buy merch, buy show tickets. It's all a way for them to rely on these certain subscribers to continue to build their net worth. So the next post says, Colleen's horrifying pattern of exposing service industry workers to potential health risks by leaving her bodily fluids behind for them to discover and deal with. For how paranoid she has been about COVID, creating biohazard zones in other people's workplaces is apparently something she finds hilarious. So let's watch this clip.
All dressed up, and I was wearing this cute little dress. It was one of those dresses where, like, if you wore underwear, you could see the panty lines, and that is just horrifying. So I didn't wear underwear. Scandalous. All right.
Why would you just not wear a thong instead of like literally not wearing underwear? Now, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But if you're doing it only to avoid having lines on your dress, then the simple solution would be to wear a thong.
So we went to dinner. Dinner was delicious, really fancy. All of a sudden I was like, my stomach kind of hurts. So I get up thinking nothing's wrong, go to the bathroom. Lo and behold, Miss Flo came to visit my lady bits, and I was not wearing underwear. Luckily I was wearing a black dress, so like you couldn't really see it, but it was totally on my dress. So I ran out to Josh and I was like, we have to go right now. My period just started and it's everywhere. And he was like,
okay, we'll just sit down and we'll just freshen all up.
So I go and I sit down and notice that I had been sitting on a beautiful white cushioned couch, which now had red stains all over it at this really, really nice, like 5-star restaurant.
I think she's lying. I don't think that it was as exaggerated as she's making it out to be, but obviously this was also several years ago when storytime videos were really big on YouTube, and half the time when I hear a storytime video, I don't believe 90% of what the YouTuber is saying, because that's the whole point of storytime videos, to get attention and who can make the next crazier storytime video. I don't believe that she was on some white couch. Like, let's be honest, that is the most cliche period story that she could have come up with. Oh, I wasn't wearing underwear and then I was sitting on a white couch of all colors. Let's be honest, most restaurants that are, most restaurants that have a steady flow of traffic and diners aren't gonna put a white fabric couch anywhere in their restaurant.
And I was like, nope, we have to go now. We have to go right now. I was super embarrassing, and we never told them obviously what happened. We just put a napkin over it and left. But we could never step foot back in that restaurant again because they totally knew it was me. There you go, internet.
How did they know that it was her? If she didn't say anything, then how would they know for sure that it was her? And if they knew that it was her, then why wouldn't you just tell them and not put a napkin over it and leave? They already knew that it was you. That makes no sense whatsoever, and it's disgusting.
I have not punched someone in the face, but I did do something really bad once. I know exactly who I want to, if I saw him right now, I want to punch him in the face.
Oh God, of course with freaking Gabby Hanna. Two liars sitting here doing a story time, what could go wrong?
I can't believe I didn't. Okay, so I do tours. By the way, Gabby's going on tour. You better see it. I'm probably on tour right now. I go on tour often. And on tour, I deal with a lot of assholes because I go to theaters and the people at the theaters are always like, who's this stupid YouTuber? They just see me with lipstick all over my face, like, we don't want to be here. They're always rude. It's a very tech-heavy show, so we have a projector and all these videos.
I doubt that people are very rude to her. Usually people that are in that industry are used to seeing people in costume because they work for a theater. Like, people are walking around in weird, crazy costumes all the time. So of course they're rude to her of all people.
You know, the whole show is timed with video projection and songs and lights and all this stuff. I have to have a projector. It's in my rider. You know it before I get there. You have to have a working projector and a screen. I get to this theater. You're like, we don't have a projector. Go buy one. I'm like, oh! Sitting in my dressing room, furious, and I have to take a shit.
I'm so fucking nervous about where this is going.
I'm so mad. I go to the bathroom, sit down on the toilet, and watch something and go, wow, this bathroom looks really weird. Like, there's a lot of props in here. There's a lot of like random stuff. Like, there's like a lot of stuff. So I'm looking around going like, this is crazy. I get up, I try to flush, and I had like a lot of poop because I was stressed. So I had like the stress poops, you know, like the crazy diarrhea poops. Filled up this toilet, like, with so much poop. Tried to flush it, and I was like, this isn't flushing. And then realized it was a prop toilet because I was at a theater. Not a real toilet, and I pooped in a prop toilet and left it. Like, did not even try to clean it. I was like, that's what you get. You're rude to me, you make me buy my own projector, you can clean up my poop out of your prop toilet that you're gonna put on stage in some show tomorrow.
I don't believe her. I think that story is a lie. Whatever. You see how she's always talking about bodily functions? It to me, anyone who relies so heavily on that and is still talking about it now, do you have anything else that you can talk about? Because now you're talking about your kids' bowel movements, which is embarrassing for them. If you're going to embarrass yourself, embarrass yourself. Whether or not the story is true, I don't know. But the problem is that now she has carried that over to sharing everything about her kids when they have no clue what YouTube is.
Colleen?
It was not a real toilet.
Good for you, Colleen. Did you tell anybody?
No, just now I'm telling you. I did not tell them. I didn't tell anybody.
I'm shook.
Oh, this is funny. Has anyone else seen the similarities between Gabby Hanna and Colleen? Constantly painting themselves as a victim, need all the attention on themselves, they're self-centered, they freak out over small things, both have had full-blown meltdowns over haircuts, for example, can't take any criticism, lack of self-awareness, strongly encourage parasocial relationships with fans, which are so dangerous. Both are convinced that they're really talented when they aren't, and they can't let it go. Gabby is a singer, Colleen as Miranda, Gabby also as a, poet that we can't ever forget about. Extremely insecure and in need of constant validation. They overshare on the internet. They're friends with controversial YouTubers, Shane, Trisha, each other, involved in multiple scandals, controversies. That is interesting, and I agree with those points. Stop giving toxic YouTubers a platform. If people would have issue with someone like Gabby or Trisha or Shane or any of these people, if people would have seen it earlier on and recognized the problems as they were actually unfolding, they wouldn't have the platform size that they have now. Because once these people are over 1 million subscribers, it's nearly impossible to regain control of the platform size that they have, because they're already so big at that point. So they really talk a lot about, it is funny because I remember back when she was pregnant with her first child, she talked a lot about gender stereotypes, how girls have to wear stuff with pink and glitter and boys have to wear stuff with fire trucks and the color blue. And she was totally against that. But now with her twins, they're constantly in pink and blue, which is just so funny because to stomp up and down like that is such a big issue for you, and then fast forward not that long and constantly pink and blue, it's just funny to me. Being on this subreddit also reminds me of the questions that I had regarding her divorce from Josh. And I might jump into this in a future video, but it is very funny to see some of these clips in current day, because there were always so many questions about how she treated Josh, like what really happened. People kind of called him the crazy one when he came out and told his side of the story. But now, I don't know. I have a lot of questions and not a whole lot of answers based off of she just seemed like she didn't treat him well based off of public content. I'm not making conspiracies or anything, but based off of public information, public content, the way these two interacted with one another and the things that both of them have said, it really makes me think that Colleen, she's just not the type to be able to give into a relationship fairly. That's what I'll say.
Okay, another question for the scientists. If anybody knows how to get rid of babies that you don't want, please tell me. I'm just curious for scientific reasons. If someone can tell me about that, that'd be great. Oh, another question. What stops the hair in the nostril from growing?
I've talked about this in other videos. I'll link them down below, but her character as Miranda is not for children. And I know that her fans will make the argument of, well, she has said before that Miranda is not for children, but look at her live shows. Her live shows as Miranda, the audience is children with their parents in attendance. It is not a few children and a lot of adults that don't have kids. It is a ton of parents with young children. She knows her analytics. This is someone who's been doing YouTube for ages, and the things that she says as her character are racist, toxic, problematic, not meant for children to hear. And it's over and over and over and over again. I don't understand why Miranda's content is not age restricted. That might be an unpopular opinion, but there are so many things that she says that children should not be listening to, period. Speaking of the stans, let's read this. The more I hear about these toxic stans either bullying or doing worse towards others, the more I get upset at how much the adult in the situation, Colleen Jessica, tolerate it and seemingly encourage it. I realize I can't be too mad at the children because they're being manipulated, and more likely, I can't be too mad at the children because they're being manipulated and more than likely don't have anyone in their personal life who's monitoring their activity. And I can completely vouch for this. I've received a couple of messages on Instagram from Ballinger stans that were extremely concerning, extremely just, you know, I can take people that don't like my opinion all day long, but to hear the way that some of these young kids talked to me in DMs was scary. And you go on their profile and they're literally Ballinger fan pages who have photos of the Ballinger kids on their Instagram. That is creepy and weird. So we're gonna keep watching this clip of a Miranda show, but you could hear the cheers. And I've seen other clips of who's in her audience. There are literally kids that go to these shows.
This was my birth, and I will be performing the scene of my birth for you right now. The scene takes place between my mom, because she gave birth to me, and my uncle, because... I'll be playing the role of my uncle. Now, my mom is about to give birth in the scene, so you need to look more pregnanter.
Yes.
So I have so this is over your shirt to make you look more pregnant.
My tummy.
Oh, wait, you can't put it all the way in because
because you're about to give birth? See, it's more realistic. That's all we're making for. Alright, so this is the scene of my birth scene. Oh, I'm so pregnant. Oh. How are you doing, dear sister-in-law? I'm so excited for you to give birth to this baby.
This is so gross. Listen, this is the thing that I will say about this. I don't like to tell people really directly like how to parent their kids. But if your kids or kids in your family know of Miranda, or you've seen them watching Miranda, or you know that they have friends of theirs that have mentioned this Miranda character, somehow get a handle on their YouTube account so that they can't watch Miranda videos anymore. And I don't know how that will work. Maybe that's a really stupid idea, but kids should not be watching Miranda. She has tried to normalize incest. She has tried to make light of abortions. She has tried to talk about everything sex related on her channel. Why are kids being exposed to this content? It's disgusting. And it's scary that YouTube allows her to keep going. Okay, let's read this. This is about her son, her older son. The post starts out by saying, the game where Colleen chases Flynn around to sniff out his stinky belly button while he pulls his shirt up is so uncomfortable to see included, just knowing that it's not going to be so innocent to every viewer. She knows the type of people who also have access to these videos because it's caused such an issue when family channels' comments were closed and videos were not monetized. That was a couple years ago. And Colleen ranted and ranted about that. These moments are cute, in private, for family only. Play the game, video it if you want, but keep it for yourself. Flynn cannot consent. Protect your children, don't exploit them. And it also says, edit. I was so hesitant to post this because I don't want the typical Stan response. You know, it takes one to know one. And also, I don't want to draw further attention to these types of vlogs with the content in them. But with everyone so certain that she lurks here, I feel like there's a better chance she could take this feedback on board. Someone said, she seems to have no protective instincts. I've noticed this since she had Flynn. She wouldn't be exploiting them at all if she was truly a nurturing person, but letting him expose his belly to strangers is such an obvious no. And that's the thing, like, parents have these little games that they'll play with kids and stuff, and it's cute and it's innocent, but the issue with Ballingers and a lot of other family vloggers is everything that's filmed is automatically put up on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. It really makes you wonder, do they have anything that's not been put online? Is there any vlog that hasn't been blasted out to the world? Nothing is sacred. This is a series of posts that Joshua, her ex-husband, posted, and now people are looking back on these, seeing them in a different light. So I'm going to read them to you guys and you tell me what you think about this, but my ears are like just seeing the first post. He said, she manipulated all of us. Enjoy babies with Eric, or whatever flavor of the month she thinks will bring her views. Someone responded and said, it was obviously a Colleen stan that said, he's so childish, I literally can't stand him anymore. And Josh responded and said, I'm childish, live my life and my reality, and you would not think that. You support a person who makes videos that manipulated their viewers while hurting real people. Buy her merch and watch her shows. I'm left with a broken heart and the real truth of who she is. But you all make me a villain. I would never wish this on any of you. There's another post. I could have taken half of everything Colleen ever had because of what she did behind the scenes, but I gave her everything. I asked for nothing. Back off of my actual life. She's a manipulative coward who only likes you for views. Bye. Woo! People have talked a lot on here about how Flynn has like no rules. He gets away with everything. Colleen like buys him everything, like he's constantly getting presents, and you know, do what you want, but it's sending a really mixed message out to the other moms who might be watching her channel, to see everything so materialized. Every day is a celebration. Everything that this kid asks for, he gets. So I don't know. YouTubers, so often they want to be relatable, but everything that they do is so completely unrelatable to 99% of their audience. That's where they start to lose favor with a lot of people who have been longtime supporters.
Joseph Antipuna said, "How to sing like a big black woman. You got the chops." Thank you. I know I do. Now, some of you might say that this is racist. It isn't, because he said it, not me. So, just saying. Anyways,
Miranda constantly blames being in character, or she'll blame someone else. This is disgusting.
A lot of people aspire to sound like a big black woman because they are more talented than other people usually, except for me. So how you can do that is a normal person would sing like this. And I am telling you, I'm not going. Really soft like that, and you sound very not good. Well, if you want to sing like a big black talented woman, what you would do is sing it really loud with really lots of vibrato. How you get a vibrato is shake your head and then a vibrato come out. So for example, and I am telling you I'm not going. So see, much better. So yeah, mostly just sing a lot louder with more vibrato, and if you can't do that, then don't try. So that's my tips on how to do that. So doing it.
This is obviously a deleted video, but this whole idea of her saying that she was sheltered, she didn't know any better, that doesn't really get very far with me personally, because I was sheltered somewhat as a child as well. And I'm not racist or mocking other races or, you know, sexualizing things that are inappropriate. So this whole idea of, oh, she was sheltered, she didn't know any better, to me, it's just a crock of shit. And it's an excuse that can be veiled over a lot of really bad shit that she's done during her time online. And it looks like Miranda is nominated for a Kids' Choice Award again. Why does this keep happening? Nickelodeon, can you stop putting Miranda Sings as a nominee for an award? Because her content is not for kids. It's very inappropriate. It's giving a really harmful message to kids who happen to come across her channel. Let's stop awarding really bad people. I have issue with a lot of stuff that she's done, but this video right here that she filmed with Todrick is one of the grossest things that I've seen. And I cannot believe that two people filmed this and actually thought that it was funny enough to put onto the internet. Privilege, ignorance, and disgust.
So we're at the laundromat. This is our next location.
There's someone, we're disturbing their slumber. Guys, watch it. Don't let this happen to you, okay? We're here. Okay.
Don't let this happen to you, as if, what, people want to become homeless? Do you realize that some people just fall down and out, and maybe they went through a really bad separation, maybe they have the disease of drug addiction or alcoholism. Don't become one of these people is an absolutely disgusting way to try to tell people to not become a homeless person.
She woke up. She woke up. She's
So funny. That was just so funny. I got a good laugh out of it filming this poor homeless woman who was trying to stay warm and take a nap inside of this laundromat. But it was just so funny that I filmed her with no consent and then put it onto the internet. He should be ashamed for taking that clip, and Colleen should be ashamed for putting it onto her fucking channel. Okay, so let's watch this clip of Jocelyn. This really shows their dynamic and what it was a lot of time on vlogs. She is very disruptive, very rude. If you're gonna do a YouTube video with your partner, then I don't know, don't interrupt them, don't be an asshole, would kind of be like the baseline. Act interested in what it is that they're sharing, because not everyone feels comfortable to be on video. So to have two of you who are comfortable in front of the camera is really exciting. So don't be an asshole. Let's see what an asshole she is.
I don't think I'm going to edit this at all. I'm just going to upload it. So this is raw, uncut. Thanks for 50,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Shut your face. I'm definitely working on something, and it's gonna happen for the month of December. You're gonna get a lot of videos happening all the time. Colleen's gonna be doing vlogging every day. She's gonna be vlogging every day on her channel, and then
Sega Soprano. Check it out if you haven't already.
Everything is about her. Everything is about her channel, her username, her shout outs. What a jerk. And it's not funny either. It's not like, you know, at least you can laugh at this, because it's not even funny.
Then, after the 25th, right?
Yes.
Then I'm going to pick up on my channel, and I'm going to daily vlog for a week leading into New Year's. And we're going to be in Georgia for New Year's, so you get to see my family and get to know them a little better. So I'm excited.
Something else that I've noticed that she does with her current husband, Eric, and she also did with Josh a lot, was she discounts other people's feelings a lot. She wants people to really care about how she's feeling and what she's going through. But then when you hear about Eric saying that he has, essentially he was trying to say that he has postpartum depression, the daddy blues, and she jumped all over him and told him how he was wrong for using that term, and essentially threw away his entire feelings about the matter. So I think that this is a, you know, it's a habit. She's been on YouTube long enough to, you know, where people can pick up on these patterns of behavior. And I don't think that she is someone who genuinely cares about how other people in her life are feeling. And that makes for a really, you know, just not a very good person in my opinion. There are a lot more posts on here that I want to review, but I also don't want this video to be an hour long, so I'm definitely going to do a part 2. I will probably film that in the next 3 or 4 days. So if you're interested in that, subscribe to my channel and I will do that for you guys. But I figured this would be a good intro. If you're interested and you're over on Reddit, go check this out. I will link it down below, but I will have a part 2 for you guys in just a few days. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.